Oh. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Newbie, and today we're talking Simpsons. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Newbie, and welcome back. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the like, sub, notification bell, and go check out some old content. Also, please go check out Newbie Comics on Instagram, or as my boys from the Comic podcast like to say, Newbie Cards. Anyway, today's show is a good one. Now, if you guys don't know, I'm a huge fan of The Simpsons. It's one of my favorite shows. I quote it all the time. If I'm in a group chat with you, if I'm text messaging you, there's always a daily reminder that, hey, this guy likes The Simpsons, because I'm always quoting it. Today, we're going to be talking about 3 books that I think you should be looking for when it comes to Simpsons. All right, let's get down to it. At number 3, we got Simpsons 155. Now, I get it, you know, shout outs to Key Collector, because he does have some notable or correct stuff for once. Anyway, don't see it a lot, so keep your eyes open for this one, because it is a really rare one to find. Supposedly the print run is 8,000. I say supposedly because, well, let's face it, when people say there's a print run, I don't really believe it anymore. I've seen things behind the scenes and it's just not good. But issue 155, ironically, is of Homer Simpson and some of the characters in front of the comic book store. So that's kind of cool irony. Now, again, throughout the whole video, you're going to hear me say, when the show ends, because eventually it will end, things will be sought after. It might be a gold mine to go find these later printings, end of the issue, things like that, because The Simpsons is so iconic. It's about 35, 34 seasons in now, and we're talking a lot of generations that'll know the show. Later down the road, who knows, they might relive those things in later generations, but I do think it's one of the best animated shows of all time. So I really do think that the Simpsons books will be doing good. Now, this book doesn't come up much. There's 2 on eBay right now, same seller, and he's selling them both for $10. One sold, or one was actually taken off that was selling for $44. Don't really see it too much, so 0 sold. So when they do come up, make sure to pick it up, because you'll have more of the stock at the end of the day, and those low print runs are things that people will be chasing down the road. All right, guys, at number 2, we got Simpsons 245, The Simpsons Send-Off. Now, this is the last issue in the run, black cover. As you can see behind the family, it's a circle of BOGO comics that they were in. Now, this is a hard book to come by. How hard? Not many on the census, and the only one that has so far popped up is on eBay currently, selling at $482 Canadian. $482 Canadian is a lot of money for a last issue. There's no first appearance, there's no nothing. They've already done a movie, it's already 35 seasons, so it's not a spec or investment book. Rather, not spec, but possibly an investment book down the road. If you're a big Simpsons fan like I am, you definitely want to have this one in your PC, because it's the last issue. You don't see it often. How often do you not see this? Well, raw copies are going for $55, and there's only about a handful of them. Currently on eBay, there's 4. Now, again, it goes back to my original point in Simpsons 155. Not a lot of them are out there, but when they do come up, they're not really that expensive. So it is a good opportunity to get them and hold on to them. Have bulk. That way down the road, if it is for an investment, you might have more. Eventually, this show is going to end. But let's look at SpongeBob. Let's look at Futurama. When these shows have comics, the print runs are low and people go and chase them. Last issue, first issue, character first appearances, things like that. So this one is definitely one that I would recommend. All right, guys, we're finally here to number 1. And yes, there's only 3. Now, there is more, but I wanted to keep this video short. So I might do a part 2, part 3. At number 1 for the best undervalued Simpsons book that you should be grabbing is none other than Simpsons Comics and Stories number 1. Yes, it's the first appearance of the Simpsons in comics. Don't give me that junk about the newsprint and this, that, yeah. No, this is the one you want to have. Now, raws are still going anywhere between $2 and $20 Canadian. So it's not a bad idea to kind of get some. If you go to some of these shows, fan expos and things like that, I would highly recommend you getting those voice actors autographed, because they are aging, and like I said throughout the whole video, eventually the show is going to end. We're already at season 34, 35. Some fan I am, can't even remember. But the show, it will eventually end. So you do want to have these. I think there's going to be a lot of potential for these down the road. It's iconic. It's a cult following. It's a classic. It's everything you want. Simpsons is generational. Grandparents, parents, us, our kids, things like that. It's been around for a long time, so I do think that it's a good thing. The last sold on CGC on eBay was October 24th for $621, and one just recently sold 2 days ago that I don't know why I didn't bid on it, but the last one was $4.90 on eBay. Now, it's a good one to have. There's a lot of SS signature series out there, really good ones and really priced. 8.5s with Nancy Cartwright, selling anywhere between like 100 and 150 Canadian. So there are some steals to be made already. Just be on the lookout. People are still asking a crazy amount. People at a show that I just recently went to were asking for anywhere between $750 and $1,000 for this book. I'd probably stay away from that range. The price you want to kind of be at is anywhere between $4 and $550. If you can score a deal in the fours, anything with the 4, I think you're in a good spot. So definitely one book that I think is super undervalued, not even just for Simpsons, but in comics in general. So be on the lookout for Simpsons, comics and stories, #1. All right, guys, that's the video. Top 3 books from the Simpsons run, BOGO comics, that are super undervalued. Maybe you should be paying attention. You should be looking for these. Again, that John Cena effect. When it's not in our face, people aren't talking about it, or we don't really think about The Simpsons, we're not picking it up. But same stuff happened with SpongeBob, Futurama, things like that. So eventually, our comic minds and our hunting will probably go that route. So why not start and get a head start? Again, you guys can follow me on Newbie Comics, Instagram, and YouTube. I appreciate you taking time to listen. That was Simpsons Top 3 Undervalued Books. See you next time.